Welcome to another weekly reading for Patreon members. How are you? I hope you're well. Today is the day of the full moon, although it was pretty full last night. So we're still in the midst of this full moon energy in the sign of Gemini. So we can expect some more clarity coming through, some more clear-cut steps on like how do we proceed forward? How do we make it to the next step and whatever our goals, dreams, and desires are? There could be some important information coming down the pipeline or some new creative or new like poignant ways of thinking and flipping your perspective. So be open to all of this as we are in the midst of this full moon energy. Again, it's the last full moon of 2024. It's a perfect time to release, to let go, to exhale, to do some breath work, to be outside and talk to the wind. The mix of air and fire together is perfection. We love it. So let's get in to some readings here. Full moon messages and messages for Capricorn season, because Capricorn season starts this week. We are shifting out of fire and into cardinal earth, which is pretty dope. So the energy we're focused on is Gemini energy and Capricorn energy. What's up, Lachey? How are you? So these readings are first for the Patreon members. I'm going to leave Enlightened last because Enlightened usually comes and hangs out. I think we should start with Aries Ascendant. Let's see. I'm writing down the names so I don't forget anybody. I'm going to save Enlightened for last in case he decides to pop on. I'm doing well, Lachey, just keeping on, doing, doing the good work of being alive every day. So I think we're going to start with Aries Ascendant. So what does Aries Ascendant need to know, do, or understand? If you're curious, the members of the Patreon get weekly readings as well as weekly posts for $11.11. That's the price of membership. So I show up every Sunday, dive into their energy, and then we go into donations afterwards. I also have 2 workshops that are available. One is called Open Your Heart. It is a workshop that teaches you how to journey through your emotions, how to let go of any grief, anger, resentment, sadness, that sort of thing. Then the other one is yoni gazing and massage, and it helps teach you how to get literally in touch with the divine feminine. And all of that information will be in the description, and it's in the description of all my other videos. So let's get into it for Aries Ascendant. What does Aries Ascendant need to know, do, or understand? We have a money card and we have a boundaries card. It's like the more focused that you are on yourself, on your healing, on your creative endeavors, the more money comes in, the more healing comes in, the more opportunity comes in for you. So it's really important to rededicate yourself to whatever your goals are. Keep them in the forefront of your mind and know that you are being gifted with the tools that you need to help you get there. Let's see what else for Aries Ascendant. We have the World card. There's definitely some completion energy. You have reached the finish line, and now you are beginning to reap the rewards of your hard work, the rewards of your labor. I went to cut the deck, and it was the King of Pentacles. So getting a stronger, like a better hold on your finances. Oh yeah, we got the victory card for you. You being victorious, Aries Ascendant, when it comes to your creative endeavors and being victorious on a public scale, okay? So this is important for you to keep in mind as you're moving through any sort of challenges, maybe ebbs and flows with your motivation. If you've been like, oh, I'm not as motivated as I was, just keep your head in the game, okay? Because you will be able to see some progress with that shortly, okay? So that's for you, my Aries ascendant. Lots more good news, which is great. I know for a while the the cards were really heavy, and now they're finally starting to look up, and I love that for you. Next, we have Gemini rising. What does Gemini rising need to know, do, or understand with this full moon and the move into Capricorn season? It's looking like for you, Capricorn season is going to show you a lot more return on your investment, okay? First, we have the High Priestess. So things are being revealed to you in real time. Your intuition is telling you all about the person, the place, the things that you are engaged with. And your intuition is not wrong. In fact, your intuition is very much on point. So listen to that inner voice when it comes to your energy, who you're giving your energy to, who you are receiving energy from, who you're spending time around, what you're spending money on. Really listen to that internal voice. Make sure you are finding some sort of balance when it comes to the amount of time that you are dedicating to certain people and practices. As a Virgo, you can end up pouring into the wrong person. It's a really easy trap for Virgo to get into because Virgo is very service oriented. And sometimes Virgos will give and give and give and give without giving to themselves. Thank you, Lachey. So I want you to remember, Gemini rising, that you are important and you need to prioritize and focus your energy first on yourself, then your children, and then people outside of that. And listen to your intuition about anyone who is undeserving or anyone that does not need to have access to you, because we also have the Page of Cups and the Devil card. Now, the Devil card represents Capricorn season, so it could just be a focus highlight. That things going on for you at this time could be more important. You could be laying some sort of groundwork for some important long-term goals. But this is also a reminder that you can free yourself from any dynamic that is not honoring you. So these individuals have chains on their necks, but the chains are easily removed. They are loose. These people could slip out at any point in time. And that is the same for you. You are not stuck. You are not trapped. You ultimately have the power to free yourself from any relationship, whether it's a relationship with a person, with a substance, with food, with money, whatever it is. You have the power to shift the dynamics within that relationship. We also have this Eight of Wands, so things moving forward for you. Very quickly, we are ending Mercury retrograde tomorrow. The shadow of this retrograde period dissipates with each day as we get closer and closer into January. So when retrogrades end, we can feel like a burst of forward motion of the things that we were feeling stagnant about. We finally sense more movement. So this is your reminder that, again, it's important for you to prepare now by acting on your intuition. So when this move comes, when when this change comes, you are able to flow with it a lot easier. So next we're gonna go to Amanye. I always forget to put the E sound in there, unless it's just Amanye. Anyway, what does Amanye need to know, do, or understand? All right, it's so important now more than ever to focus your energy on your work, on the things you have coming up right in front of you, to create some sort of plan, right? Some sort of action plan, because this is very much about taking action in regards to work. Okay, so the more that you can use your energy on something that will benefit your future, the better. Okay. Um, Whatever you're feeling, channel it into work. Whatever you are afraid of, fearful of, whenever you feel out of control, I would I would love for you to refocus that energy into work, into school, into something that will benefit you more in the future. Okay. Because sometimes when we feel like, oh my God, my future is in someone else's hands, or there's some aspect of my life that I'm unable to control, the best thing you can do is look at what you can control, okay, which is yourself, your creative flow, the things that you are doing for your future, okay? So that really could go for anyone as well. Like when you are feeling out of control, do something that is within your control. Do something that future you will thank you for. And that is going to be your challenge at this time, is shifting your focus from the areas where you're feeling powerless and reclaiming your power, implementing it into something that you do have control over. John is over here tripping. Okay. Next, let's do Ren and then Shawnee and then Enlightened. We'll see if Enlightened comes through today or not. All right, Ren. What does Ren need to know, do, or understand at this time? All right, Ren. It looks like you're freeing yourself from your own mind. You're learning to find ways to release yourself from anxiety, from overthinking, from going around in circles, which is great. We love the graduation from the Ten of Swords into the Fool card. I think at a certain point, we all have to realize that anxiety and worry is a gross misuse of our imagination, okay? Instead of imagining all the things that could go wrong, we should be focused on all of the things that could go right. It requires the same amount of imagination, and the likelihood is it's just as likely that something good could happen than something bad happening. So I think for a lot of us, we could really learn to focus instead on the best possible outcome. Yes, it's one thing to like have your backup plans, but if you put more energy in your backup plan than on your desired plan, guess which one is probably going to happen. So I love backup plans, but again, focus more of your imagination on the desired outcome and less on what you don't want to manifest, okay? We have the Hierophant and the Emperor and the Page of Swords. So we have a lot of really grounding energy where we are contemplating what we want to commit ourselves to long term, what things we're seeking to build, what sort of wealth and abundance you want to call to yourself. And with this Emperor, both of them have to use their courage, they have to use their passion, they have to use their connection to their instincts and their intuition to get where they're going. These cards are very similar. One is representing Aries and the other is representing Taurus. So if we're looking at this in terms of timing, Aries season, when the work you're doing now is really going to impact the springtime, Aries and Taurus energy. So for Ren specifically, it's important that you spend some time during this Capricorn season identifying what your goals are for the spring, because the action steps that you take right now directly impact what you will see for yourself this spring, okay? So your message is, what can you do now to bolster your experience when the springtime rolls around. We live in a firmament. Wonderful. Okay, next is Shawnee. Shawnee and then Enlightened. That was not a good shuffle. Let's do this again. What does Shawnee need to know, do, or understand? Shawnee. These cards are so old, they're starting to bend and stuff, which I love. What does Shawnee need to know, do, or understand? The first card out for you. Ooh, girl. Ace of Pentacles. We love that. So there's so many ideas and opportunities are being like unlocked for you at this time. And it's almost like this is a gift for you putting yourself first, because the more you put yourself first, the more you are realizing your worth, your power, and it's sending a signal to your external environment that you are ready for more abundance, more opportunity, more responsibility. What up, Nathan? Thank you. Thanks, Eric. So the Ace of Pentacles for you, Shawnee, is a reminder that although there's things that happen to us that knock us down, there's just as many gifts that come as well. And a lot of the times it is our perspective. And regardless of the intermediate sadness or sorrow you may feel from like setting down your boundaries and cutting certain people off, the reward that you receive is much greater than that. Let's see, what else does Shawnee need to know? Yeah. Okay, so you are going to need to continually set your boundaries, okay? Especially when it comes to certain people in your life, because it looks like they want to come back. It looks like they want to come back and rehash some sort of cycle or lesson. And you have to decide, do I want to be part of this party? Do I want to get stuck again in the drama, in the back and forth, in the sexiness of the push and pull? Or do I want to hold out a little bit longer for someone who could be a much better match for me? I'm always of the mind, if you've had it before, you don't need it again. You already know what that flavor is. You already know what that's going to bring you. Okay. Let's hold out for something new. And that's what this star card is about. It's about receiving some sort of wish fulfillment. It's also about Aquarius season. So someone new could be coming into your life once it's the end of January and into February. So continue to reestablish your boundaries, because whoever you've been avoiding or setting boundaries with, they're going to keep trying, okay? Because now they see it as a game. You told me you don't want to be with me. Now let's see, if I could change your mind. So be prepared for that person or those people to keep knocking at your door to see if your answer is going to change. Last but not least, we have Enlightened, the man of the Patreon group. Again, these readings are for the Patreon members. They get weekly readings with their 11/11 subscription. They also get multiple posts a week astrologically and glimpses into your birth chart. So this is for the last Patreon member, Enlightened. So the first card out that we have is the Justice card. This is the Libra card here. So relationships of all sorts are being highlighted. There's an emphasis around you finding balance, you finding harmony, you making sure that you're on the right side of karma. This is your reminder that you don't have to take matters into your own hands. the universe is going to take care of it for you. The more that you trust it, the more that you relinquish the responsibility of handing out the karma or needing to witness the karma or needing to see certain people get what they deserve, the more that you release it, the more these people get what they got coming. Does that make sense? Like, we can't be so focused on what's fair for other people. You just got to trust that whatever's happening is happening for a reason. And that goes for your own life as well. What else does enlightened need to know? Yeah. Okay. So we have this Three of Swords, and then we have these queens here, the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Somebody is, someone has the potential here to disappoint you in some way. So it's important for you not to put all your eggs in one basket. It's important for you, again, to remember that everything plays out the way that it's meant to. So if there's any women in your life who are frustrating, any women that you are getting over, any aspects of your own divine feminine energy that you need to heal, this is all showing up right here. Let's see what else you need to know about that. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, enlightened. I feel like you need to text me. Are you choosing, do you have multiple suitors? Are you talking to multiple people? Are you thinking about two different environments or two different women? If you are, don't prioritize these ladies. You got to prioritize yourself, okay? Don't make decisions based off of women. All right? Don't make decisions based off of women. Make decisions based off of what you want, who you are, and how you want to move forward in your life. Yeah, there's a decision here that you're making. Lots of decisions, lots of conversations happening, lots of choices. Okay, so for any choice, if this is not a woman, if this is just a choice that you have to make intuitively, it's always a good idea to take the Virgo Pisces approach. So for Virgo, they make lists, okay? Make lists of the pros and cons of every choice, every person, every situation that you're contemplating. Make a list. And then for the Pisces intuitive side, write about your feelings about each of it. What's your intuition saying about each choice that you have to make? And then find which option wins between the Virgo and the Pisces axis. So Pisces is the opposite of Virgo. Pisces is very much intuition. Virgo is very much detail oriented and very much about making lists and checking them twice. So you want to find a balance between like the logical, practical side and the intuitive side as well. Okay, so after doing those two things, as you are contemplating what your moves are, what you're dedicating yourself to, what you're entering into relationship on, ensure that you are activating both logic as well as intuition and finding that middle ground. Looks like you could be speaking to someone you haven't spoken to in a long time. You guys could probably be rehashing what happened in the past and considering taking somebody back. And I just got done telling everybody how I feel about people from the past, but that's me. You do you in your life. But my thing is, you already know what certain flavors are. You already been there, done that. It's probably going to be the same thing again. But who am I? Who am I? So enlightened, whatever you got going on, make sure you are finding the balance between your intuition and your logic. Okay? So that is all for my Patreon members. If there's anyone who would like a reading, you can send an 1111 donation to Boho Healing Co. There's also going to be links for the workshops. My bad, I got a text. Links for the workshops in the bio. One is Open Your Heart, a journey to emotional healing, and the other is yoni gazing and massage. The workshops go at your own pace. They're kind of like little mini courses through a social media app. So if that's something that interests you, be sure to check that out. Otherwise, I love you. I'll talk to you later.